Good morning, students. Now, in the previous sessions on transformation formula, in the first session, I gave you the formula. Of course, I derived the formula and I gave you the trigonometric identities in a triangle. Okay. Then using them, we have worked out some problems. In today's session also, I am going to work out some problems. Now, in this, the problem which I am going to work out today, both the sets of formulae are used, that is, sum or difference to product conversion and vice versa, that is from product to sum or difference. So you have to be familiar with all the 8 formulae which I have learned, which I have taught you in the earlier session. So for first part we may use one formula, for the second step you may use the other formula. So unless you are familiar with all the formula, unless you know to identify which formula is applicable to which particular set of terms, no, you find difficult. So you have to be familiar with all the formulae, you have to by heart them and you have to remember them always. So let me start with the first problem. We are proving certain results here. It is sin 20, you have to prove this one. Prove that sin 20 into sin 40 into sin 60 into sin 80 is equal to 3 by 16. See, we have done such problems in one of the earlier session, where in that problem we did not have a product. We had 4 terms, three terms I mean. 3 terms we had actually, so 2 could not be combined, all the 3 could not be combined together. We took 2 at a time. Similarly here we are having 4 terms here. It's a product containing 4 terms, and the right hand side you observe that we don't have any trigonometric ratio at all. It is only a real number. Now here using the transformation formula, we have to try to get 3 by 16. Now start with the left hand side. Now when there are 4 terms, it is your choice. Any 2, we cannot take all of them together. Any 2 you can take, either first and the second and the fourth and the first. Why I am not taking this is, you observe sin 60 is a standard value. So write that value. First let me take these 2. Which formula does it resemble? Sin A into sin B. So the formula, I am not writing the formula there because I hope that all of you have by hearted the formula. So minus half of cos of A plus B, that is 20 plus 40, minus cos of A minus B, 20 minus 40. So I am saying the formula and then writing. So you have to do the same thing. It would be easy for you to solve the problem. Sin 60 is root 3 by 2 and sin 80 you write as it is. So for the first 2 terms I have used the formula sin A into sin B minus half of cos of A plus B minus cos of A minus B. Sin 60 being root 3 by 2 I have written as it is. Sin 80 I have written it as it is. Now minus 1 by 2 into root 3 by 2. First let me multiply that one. It is minus root 3 by 4. Now 20 plus 40, that is cos of 60 degrees, minus 20 minus 40, that is cos of minus 20 degrees. Close the bracket, into sin 80 degrees. Now again it is minus root 3 by 4 into cos 60 is 1 by 2. Again a standard value, and you know that cos of minus theta is cos theta. So write it as cos of 20 degrees into sin of 80 degrees. Okay, sin of 80 degrees. So what I have done, I have taken the first 2 terms, applied the formula, and sin 60 I wrote the actual value, and sin 80 I have written as it is. So I have multiplied minus root 3 by 4 cos 60 minus cos of minus 20 sin 80. Cos 60 being a standard value, I have written the value 1 by 2 minus cos of minus theta is cos theta, it is cos 20 into sin 80 I have written. Now what I do is, see outside the bracket, this is one term, this is another term. multiply both the terms inside the bracket by the two terms outside the bracket. So that would be equal to minus root 3 by 4 into 1 by 2 into 1 by 2 into sin 80 into sin 80. First one. Next one, minus of minus plus root 3 by 4 into, it is sin 80 into cos 20. Sin 80 into cos 20. So this is minus root 3 by 8 into sin 80. Write it as it is. Now write root 3 by 4 also as it is into, look at the other two terms here. It resembles the formula sin A into cos B. So the very first formula you learned, sin A into cos B is, it's a mixed product, half of sin of A plus B, that is 80 plus 20, that is 100, plus sin of A minus B, that is 60. Directly I am writing. Sin of A plus B 100 degree, sin of A minus B 60 degree. Now it is minus root 3 by 8 into sin 80 plus root 3 by 4 into 1 by 2 is root 3 by 8. Now what I am doing is, this sin 100, I am using the allied angle rule. It can be written as 180 minus 80. Why I am writing is, look here, I am having minus root 3 by 8 into sin 80. If you could get the same number here with the positive sign, those two can be cancelled because our right hand side is only a number, no trigonometric ratio at all. Therefore, I am using 100 as sin of 180 minus 80. Then you can write bracket only. Sin 60, again it is a standard value, write it as root 3 by 2. Now let me remove the bracket. It is root 3 by 8 with a minus sign into sin 80 plus root 3 by 8 into sin of 180 minus theta. Again allied angle rule. 180 minus something means it comes in the second quadrant where sin is positive. And then because I am using 180, the same function continues. It becomes sin of 80 plus root 3 by 8 into root 3 by 2. Root 3 into root 3, 3. 8 2s are 16. Now observe, minus root 3 by 8 sin 80 plus root 3 by 8 sin 80, they get cancelled. Hence we get 3 by 16, which is the right hand side. Now these are all 5 mark questions. So you cannot skip the step. Each step you do only one calculation and then you will be getting the required answer. You have to be careful which formula to be adopted. See, in the first step I made use of the formula cos A into cos B. Okay. In the afterwards, no, after writing or multiplying the terms and all, in that one I made use of the formula sin A into cos B. So you have to identify the correct formula which is applicable to that particular term, and then when you apply it properly, certainly you get the right hand side. Now let's move on to the next problem. Here also problem is like this: cos 20 into cos 40 into cos 60 into cos 80. This is equal to 1 by 16. Here again procedure is same procedure, same angles also are given. The difference is they are not sine functions, they are cos functions. So let me start with the left hand side. So left hand side is, here also again out of the 4 terms, one is a standard value, a standard angle. Any 2 of the remaining 3 can be selected. For our convenience, usually we start from the initial first step. So it is half of cos A into cos B. In the earlier problem, it was sin A into sin B, purely sine product. So minus half we had. It is purely a cosine product. Half of cos of 20 plus 40 plus cos of 20 minus 40 plus a plus b, a minus b, they are same, into cos 60 means 1 by 2, the standard value. Write the other one as it is, cos 80. Now let me multiply 1 by 2 into 1 by 2, that is 1 by 4, into cos 8. Here itself you can write. So I am multiplying all the terms outside the square bracket into, right, cos of 20 plus 40, it is cos of 60 plus cos of minus 20, cos of minus 20. Again, cos 60 is a standard value, 1 by 2, just now we have written. Cos of minus theta, as you know, is cos theta. So it is 1 by 4 into cos 80 into 1 by 2 plus cos of 20. Now let me multiply both the terms inside the bracket by the two terms outside the bracket. Then we can apply another formula and get the required result. So first multiply the two terms inside the square bracket by the two terms which are outside the square bracket. So that would be 1 by 4 into 1 by 2, that is 1 by 8 into cos of 80 degrees. Then 1 by 4 into cos 80 into cos 20. Cos 80 into cos 20. So here 1 by 8 of cos of 80 degrees plus 1 by 4 of, look at the product here. It is cos A into cos B formula. The same formula which we used in the first step. So the same formula is applicable, half of cos of, right inside the bracket, 80 plus 20. If you want, you can write one more step. 80 plus 20 plus cos of 80 minus 20. 80 minus 20. Finally, 1 by 8 into cos of 80 degrees plus 1 by 4 into 1 by 2, 1 by 8 into cos of 100 degrees plus 1 by 4 into 1 by 2, 1 by 8 into, that is cos of 60 degrees. Again, as in the earlier problem, we have to see that these two terms are cancelled because our answer is only a constant, 1 by 16. Look at the last term. Cos 60 is a standard value, it is 1 by 2. So 1 by 8 into 1 by 2 will become 1 by 16, which is on the right hand side. So these two somehow have to be eliminated. For that now, write 1 by 8 into cos 80. Again, this 100 degrees, as you know, that can be written as 180 minus 80. See, because why I am writing in this form is, I could have written 90 plus 10 also. Then this number should be there. So that this should be positive, that should be negative, then only. Suppose you have written 90 plus 100, cos would be changed out to sin. So you cannot do the cancellation. Value wise the same, value will be same, but the way, two ways of writing the same thing, expressing the same thing, that would be different here. Therefore, our aim is to eliminate that term. So write it as 1 by 2. Now, using the allied angle rule, cos of 180 minus theta is minus cos theta, because in the second quadrant cos is negative, and because we have used 180, same function continues. So minus 1 by 8 of cos 80, cos 80 plus 1 over 16. Now these two, they can be cancelled, hence we have the required right hand side, that is the number 1 over 16. So this is the procedure we adopt to prove when the exact values of angles are given. See, if it is given in terms of A, B, theta, alpha, beta, gamma, like that, some particular expression would be given on the right hand side. It may be tan or cot or sin, whatever may be that one. Whereas when the number is given, exact values of the angles would be given. Usually the right hand side you will be having a some number, some real number, depending upon the terms or the angles that have been given to us. Now, one more problem. Here again, we are having a general angle. No particular value is given here. Now, prove that, you are proving again. Prove that cos of 7x plus cos of 3x minus cos of 5x minus cos x. Whole thing divided by sin of 7x minus sin of 3x minus sin of 5x plus sin x. See, it's quite a big expression we are having, whereas the right hand side is a very simple thing. Only one term, it is cot of 2x. See, in such problems, many students commit a simple mistake of not copying the problem correctly. Okay, if you miss any one sign here, see plus minus 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 plus, if you just omit any one sign or take it in a wrong way, certainly you don't get the right hand side. So be careful, because I've seen many students, though they know the method, they know how to solve the problem, by copying the wrong problem, they don't getting the correct answer. So and there is no mark for the method at PU level. So you have to copy the problem correctly and you have to solve that one. Now look at the left hand side. How many terms are there? 4 in the numerator, 4 in the denominator. And what is the right hand side? Cot. You know the basic information. Cot theta is cos theta divided by sin theta. That gives us an idea. Somehow we have to get cos of 2x from the numerator as a common factor and sin of 2x from the denominator. Then only you will be getting cot of 2x. Correct? Therefore, we just 4 terms means you can group them 2 at a time. Now start with the left hand side. Look here, you take these two together and these two together. Directly don't take, because both of them are negative. Take out the minus sign, and same thing here and here also. First we will take out the minus sign here and there, right inside another bracket, so that we are grouping, we will be knowing that we are grouping those two terms. Better you write one more step. Cos 7x plus cos 3x. Now take the minus sign. It is cos of 5x. I have taken minus sign outside. It becomes cos of x. Same procedure for the denominator also. Sin 7x minus sin of 3x. Now again from this minus sign, that would be equal to sin 5x minus sin x. See, in this problem, they have given the terms in such a way, you will be getting cos of 2x as common factor here and sin 2x from here. Sometimes, no, see 7, 3, 5, 1 they have given. They may give 5 here, 3 may be given there. Same thing here. In that case, no, by looking at the terms that have been given, you have to select or you have to group the terms in such a way that we get a common factor. That has to be decided by the student after looking at the terms here. Now, let us use which formula? See, in the previous two problems, I converted the product into sum or the difference in both the problems. Here, it is the sum of two difference. It is sum and difference. So, we are converting the sum and the difference to the respective product. Cos C plus cos D. So, that is half of, I think in your formula, set of formula, 7th formula, half of product cos of C plus D by 2, 7x plus 3x divided by 2, I can directly write 5x, or if you get confused, it is 7x plus 3x divided by 2 into cos of C minus D by 2, 7x minus 3x divided by 2. Then minus this one, I am writing this again, 2 times, you need not write the bracket because it's a product. Again same formula, cos C plus cos D. cos of 5x plus x by 2 into cos of 5x minus x by 2. Now divided by, this is 2 here. Now same thing here, it is 2 times sin c minus sin d. So sin c minus sin d will be getting a product, it's a mixed product. 2 times cos of 7x plus 3x by 2 into sin of 7x minus 2x by 2. Remember, if it is cos c plus cos d, purely a cosine product. Sin c minus sin d, it's a mixed product where cos comes first, sin comes afterwards. The same formula is applicable here also. It is minus 2 times cos of c plus d by 2, 5x plus x by 2 into sin of 5x minus x by 2. So what we have done here, we have applied the formula, the transformation formula, cos c plus cos d and sin c plus sin d. Now carefully we will simplify. 7 plus 3, 10 by 2, that is 5. So cos 5x into 7 minus 3, 4 divided by 2, that is cos of 2x minus here again 2, 5 plus 1, 6 by 2, that is 3x, and then 5 minus 1, 4 by 2, that is cos of 2x, divided by 2 times, the angles are same, so same thing you will be getting 2 cos 5x into sin of 2x. Now all of them are cosine, here it is changed, minus 2 times cos of 3x into sin of 2x. So I am doing only one calculation in one step. Here I have grouped the terms, taking out the common factor minus. Then I have applied the appropriate formula. I have simplified. Now let us take out the common factor. First one 2. Then cos 5x cos 2x, cos 3x cos 2x. So what's the common factor? Cos of 2x. Right inside the bracket. What is remaining? Cos of 5x. And there it is cos of 3x. Correct? Now denominator. 2 is a common factor. Sin 2x and sin 2x. Take the common factor sin 2x into write the remaining terms. One is cos 5x, the other one is cos of 3x. Okay. Now clearly we see that this term gets cancelled, 2 gets cancelled. Let's see what is remaining. Cos of 2x divided by sin of 2x. The basic information, this is equal to cot of 2x, which is nothing but the right hand side. Okay. So this is the procedure we adopt here. That is, first what we do, we group the terms. When there are 3 terms, take any 2 of them. There also, looking at the right hand side, you have to decide which 2 terms have to be combined. See, any 2 terms you can combine. You may get the result also. You will get the result, no doubt. But it takes a more number of steps. We always have to try to solve the problem in a simpler way as far as possible. Therefore, here looking at the right hand side, which is cot of 2x, we have to get cos of 2x. So here by taking the minus sign, you will be getting cos function common factor. By taking the minus sign here, you will be getting sin as the common factor. So using this procedure and applying the respective formula, we get the answer. We apply the transformation formula, we simplify them and we take out the common factor, and finally after getting the remaining terms, after taking out the common factor, some 2 terms are getting cancelled. One is the number 2 and other is a trigonometric expression. So finally we arrive at the result cos of 2x divided by sin of 2x, which is nothing but the right hand side, that is equal to cot of 2x. So this is the procedure we adopt to solve the problems. All these problems are 5-mark question usually. So either you will be using the first set of formula, that is product to summer difference or summer difference to product. So some problem we will be using both of them. It depends upon the terms that have been given, or it depends upon what the right hand side is there. Okay. In the next session I am going to work out some more problems. Thank you.